Are they just playing with you? Here's how to find out. Ever feel like there's no point in asking where you stand because they'll just dodge the question? If that's the case, it might be time to step back and ask yourself, why are you sticking around with someone who won't give you a straight answer? Let's cut through the noise and get to the point. Here's how you can tell when someone is just playing with you, how to recognize real intentions, and how to take back control of the situation. Because you deserve better. Playful teasing or something deeper. We all enjoy a bit of teasing. It's a fun way to bond. But how do you know when it's playful and when it's not? Playful teasing looks like this. The jokes are light and harmless. You both laugh, and it doesn't linger in your mind. Once the joke is done, it's over. No repeat attacks on the same topic. If you both can laugh about it and there's no discomfort afterward, you're in safe territory. But if the teasing feels pointed or personal, it's time to question it. Your friend teases you about always being late, but the tone is fun, and there's no edge to it. Cool. But if the jokes start targeting something you're sensitive about, that's a red flag. 2. When teasing turns hurtful. Here's where it gets tricky. Teasing that starts playful but crosses a line becomes toxic. Warning signs. They tease you about things you've said that make you uncomfortable. The jokes feel more like digs at your insecurities. You're on edge, unsure when the next joke will come or how hurtful it will be. If you leave the conversation feeling anxious or undermined, it's not a joke anymore, it's manipulation. Let's say they keep joking about your career, saying things like, "Oh, you're still working on that project." What seemed harmless before now feels like a jab at your confidence. Time to confront it. Is it them or your picker? Tough love. If you keep ending up with people who are unclear, it might be more about your choices than their games. Look at patterns in your past relationships. Are you drawn to people who are vague, unpredictable, or hard to read? You might be subconsciously picking the wrong ones. Why? Maybe unpredictability excites you. Or you think you can get them to open up. Or perhaps it just feels familiar. Solution: break the cycle. Choose people who communicate clearly and give you the emotional clarity you need. Honest vs. dishonest. Spot the difference. How can you tell if someone is genuinely interested or just playing games? Honest behavior. They're upfront, even when it's tough. Their actions match their words. They don't avoid serious conversations. Dishonest behavior. They dodge questions or give vague answers. They use humor to avoid tough talks. You always feel confused about where you stand. Honest people give you clarity. Dishonest people thrive on confusion. If you're always guessing, that's your answer. Stop asking, look at the actions. If you feel the need to ask if they're serious, chances are they're not. Words can be cheap, actions are what matter. Instead of asking, observe. Are they consistent in their actions? How do they handle serious moments? Do they respect your boundaries? Tip: if they avoid serious topics or their actions don't match their words, it's time to move on. Take back control. What to do next? Still unsure? Here's how to stop the guessing game. 1. Set boundaries. Be clear about what you expect. 2. Look past the jokes. Humor shouldn't be a cover for dishonesty. 3. Be ready to walk away. Don't settle for someone who can't give you clarity. Real connections don't leave you wondering. If they're not being upfront, move on. You deserve someone who isn't afraid to be clear with you. Own your worth. At the end of the day, it's all about valuing yourself enough to recognize when you're not getting the respect or clarity you deserve. You don't have to tolerate half-hearted efforts or mixed signals. Here's the truth: when someone genuinely cares, they make sure you know it. Remember, they'll invest in the relationship, not just show up when it's convenient. They'll prioritize your feelings, not play mind games. They'll communicate openly, not leave you questioning everything. So if you're constantly feeling undervalued or strung along, take a step back and evaluate. You have the power to set the standards for how you're treated. The final move: redefine what you're looking for. Maybe it's time to change what you're looking for in someone. Are you drawn to the thrill of the unknown, or do you actually crave someone who's straightforward and committed? Set your sights on qualities that matter. Consistency over unpredictability. Honesty over smooth talk. Real connection over superficial charm. When you align with what truly matters, you're more likely to attract someone who matches that energy. Because in the end, a real relationship shouldn't be a guessing game. It should be built on trust, clarity, and mutual respect. And you're worthy of that kind of connection. Build a life that doesn't revolve around them. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself is to build a life that's fulfilling and complete, regardless of anyone else's presence. When you have passions, hobbies, goals, and a support network that brings you happiness, you won't feel as dependent on someone else for validation. When your life is filled with things that truly matter to you, you naturally attract people who value and respect the life you've created. Think about it, if everything revolves around them, you're giving them way too much power. When your sense of happiness or worth depends on one person, it's easy to feel anxious or worried whenever things are unclear or uncertain. But by focusing on building a fulfilling, independent life, you're saying, "I'm enough on my own." You're not waiting around for someone to give you a sense of worth. You've created it for yourself. This doesn't mean you can't have a great relationship or find joy in someone else's company. But it means you're not willing to compromise your own happiness or well-being just to keep someone around. You deserve a partner who adds to your life, not someone who makes you feel like you're always reaching for validation. When you focus on what makes you happy and whole, you set the standard for the kind of relationship you want and the kind of love you're willing to accept. Know the difference between love and attachment. Often we confuse deep attachment with love. It's easy to feel like we're in love with someone when, in reality, we might just be attached to the comfort or routine they bring. Ask yourself, do you truly feel valued and uplifted in this connection, or are you just afraid of being alone? Love should make you feel safe, respected, and fulfilled. Attachment, on the other hand, often brings anxiety and a fear of letting go. When you truly love someone, you want the best for each other, even if that means stepping away when things aren't right. Attachment, however, can keep you holding on long after you realize that the relationship isn't healthy or fulfilling. It's important to step back and evaluate if you're staying out of genuine care or simply because the thought of letting go is too uncomfortable. Remember, love is freeing, while attachment is often restricting. Choose a partner who lifts you up and supports your personal growth. If you find yourself feeling trapped, or if you're constantly worried about losing them, it may be a sign that what you're experiencing is attachment rather than love. Break free from the cycle of attachment and open yourself to a relationship that truly enriches your life. Set standards, not just expectations. Expectations are things you hope they'll do. Standards are things you require. When you set standards, you're not just hoping for respectful and honest treatment, you're demanding it. This shift in mindset is empowering. It lets you focus on what you need in a relationship, rather than settling for less and hoping it'll change. When you're clear on your standards, it's much harder for someone to play games with you. Define what you're looking for. It could be honesty, consistency, and mutual respect, qualities that every healthy relationship should have. Then stick to those standards. If someone isn't meeting them, that's your cue to step back, not your cue to keep waiting or hoping they'll change. Remember, you have every right to want clarity, honesty, and real effort. Setting standards isn't about being too picky, it's about valuing yourself enough to know what you deserve. You'll find that when you set standards, people who aren't serious about you naturally fade away. This may feel hard at first, but it ultimately saves you from unnecessary pain and confusion. When you set high standards, you make space for someone who respects and meets them. Stand firm in what you need, and don't compromise just because you're hoping they'll come around. The right person will see and appreciate your standards and strive to meet them. Looking for a hassle-free shopping experience? Omty Store has you covered. Discover a wide selection of trendy shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, classic crewneck sweatshirts, and more, all in one convenient online store. With just a few clicks, you'll find everything you need for any season. Shop smarter with Omty. Check the link in the description and start your shopping journey today. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more relationship advice. Let's make sure you're never left guessing again.